Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan. Now, today's story is about a guy that's been living in Chiang Mai for 6 years and he's had 3 relationships and he's deciding to share his experience with all of us today. So, without further delay, guys, let's jump straight in to today's story. Hi Dan, I've been living in Chiang Mai, Thailand for almost 6 years now. I am currently 38 years old. I have a long story for you. You might have to cut it into 2 or 3 parts as it will take some time to read it out and it involves 3 girls over a 6 year period. I will try to keep it as short as possible. Let's use the name John for me as I don't want my real name revealed on the channel. I hope these are okay for you to use in your videos. All the stories are 100% true. I had to cut out some details, otherwise they will be much longer, but this is the basic versions. I really enjoy listening to your stories and I can relate quite a bit to your own life story here as well. If you have any questions or need any clarity, please let me know. Excuse any grammar or spelling mistakes. I have COVID now. This is why I actually have time to write these, but feeling a bit under the weather. So let's begin. Okay, part 1. Crazy Yabba girl. I moved to Thailand in 2018 when I was 33 years old, and I have been living here for almost 6 years now. I live in Chiang Mai, and for the first few months, I enjoyed going to the touristy bars and I'd become friends with a few other phalangs who enjoyed going to the beer bars around town picking up women. As for me, I was not really into these kind of bars or paying women to spend time with me. During Songkran 2019, the last proper water throwing one before COVID hit, I met a girl, let's call her late at night in a bar while I was playing pool with some friends. We had an instant connection and I ended up going to her room with her. The next morning I had to leave early as I had a friend who visited me in Thailand for Songkran and he did not know where I was and my phone battery was dead. Did not ask me for money, but we exchanged line IDs. My friend left a few days later and I decided to send a message to ask what she was up to. She told me she is working at her friend's restaurant and I should come over if I wanted to. This restaurant was actually more of a bar than a restaurant. I went to the restaurant and we had a few drinks together. The chemistry was pretty good and we soon started to hang out more and more often. After a few weeks, I found out she has a boyfriend in another country and he sends her money every month. This whole sponsor thing was pretty new to me, but I did not think too much of it as we were just enjoying each other's company and I was not really looking for anything serious. Well, started to really fall in love with me and she spent more and more time at my condo. By this time, I also found out that she does not really work at this restaurant, but she hangs out there and many guys go there to hang out with her as she was very outgoing and beautiful. She will often get free drinks from the guys and I even got a few drinks from other guys when I go there. I assumed they tried to impress her with their money. A weird thing happened almost every time I go there. At around 11 p.m, says she will go to her room and take a shower and get clothes to go back with me to my condo and I must wait in the bar for her, as her room was only about 60 meters from the bar. I let her go and she will return in about 1 hour in a new set of clothes with her overnight bag packed. One night I told her I am very tired and I told her that I will come to her room with her and wait on her bed while she takes a shower and get ready to go to my condo. She refused at first and I confronted her about her actions. She then said she has a confession and that is that she smokes Yabba. Not sure if you can mention this on YouTube though, and that is why she always disappears for a while before we go home. I did not believe her and told her that I want to see this. So I went with her and she got everything ready and she asked me if I want to smoke with her. I never touched drugs like this and I have no interest in them, especially not in a country like Thailand. So I declined and I stayed on her bed while she was smoking. In the following weeks, she started getting very jealous and accusing me of sleeping with other women and inviting other women to my condo, which was not the case at all. As I was working full time, I could not go out drinking every night, and some nights she will be in her friend's bar and I will video call her just before going to bed. The one night I called her about midnight to say good night. I was about to sleep. Then at 4 a.m. she stormed into my room, demanding to see where the mystery woman was. I was obviously asleep and there were no other woman. She physically attacked me and I had scratches on my neck, face, ears and arms as she hit and scratched me. I finally got her to calm down and we went to bed. The next day, I confronted her about it. I told her that if she ever happens again, I will call the police. She was very ashamed of herself and promised me that it won't happen again and that she is sorry. To try and keep this short, she did attack me again a few weeks later in a similar situation. I had a motorcycle accident a week or two before that, and since I had a broken shoulder, I could not ride a motorcycle. I got a grab taxi and I went to the police. The police came back to the condo with me to tell her to take her stuff and get out. She started crying, going on her knees, kissing my feet, begging for forgiveness, and the police asked me what they should do. As I am not a violent person and I don't like confrontation, I told the police to go and I will talk to her. That night she almost jumped into the road in front of an approaching vehicle because I told her that it is the end of us and her sponsor will come on his annual holiday to Thailand in a few weeks anyway. We kept in touch, but we did not see each other often at all. Her sponsor boyfriend came to Thailand and they went to one of the islands for a week. When they returned to Chiang Mai, she told her sponsor that she needs to go and see a friend, but she came straight to my condo as she claims she misses me so much. I told her it is over and she must go to her sponsor. A day or so after her sponsor left, she asked me to go see her and I told her I am not interested. She refused to accept it and she started stalking me. She even waited on the road to my work one morning and I approached. She jumped right into the road in front of me to stop me. I decided I have to move from my condo and luckily my contract was ending the next month. I found an apartment in a Thai neighbourhood where I believed she would not find me. She started harassing some of my friends and she threatened my one friend's girlfriend as well. This really made my friend angry and said that I should make a plan to stop this woman. She tried calling me up to 1,000 times a day, but I blocked her number so she could not reach me. In 5 days' time, she tried to call me almost 4,000 times and sent over 1,000 text messages threatening me and my friends. Enough was enough. I asked my friend's Thai girlfriend to go to the police with me to get a restraining order against Om. I printed out proof of missed calls and threatening messages to show the police. I sent her one message to tell her to meet me at a certain police station at a certain time the next day. She did not show up at the police station, and when the police tried to call her, she did not answer. I did get the restraining order and also made sure that the reports state that she is not allowed to contact or approach any of my friends. I made copies of the report and had it delivered to her condo building as well as to her friend's bar. The whole thing lasted around 10 months and she never really asked me for money, but when we go for lunch or dinner, she would order 4 or 5 dishes and only eat about 20% of it. Such a waste. I changed my address and phone number and I avoided going to any place where I know she likes to hang out. Luckily, up until today, I have not bumped into her or any of her friends again. Right guys, so that's the first lady down. Let's move on to the second lady. Part 2, Pair, the lying golf caddy. In 2019, I started hanging out in Thai bars. For those of you who don't know, these are small bars outside of touristy areas where you can't buy small bottles of beer. You either buy the big bottles or you buy a bottle of Thai rum, whiskey, brandy. Most of these bars will also have a live Thai band or a Thai DJ, and the bars are usually not very big. I love these bars and I have no real interest to go to tourist bars or red light bars anymore. These bars also usually have very few or no foreigners. So in the beginning, it was a little bit intimidating to go into these bars. But as long as you respect the Thais, you will have no problems. I've been going to these bars for years now, and I have never had any issues. Just a tip, if you do go to these bars, they have PR girls. Now these girls will take your order, make sure your glass is never empty, and they will have conversations with you. You can offer them a drink, or they can share your drinks with you. No need to buy lady drinks, but if you do buy them a drink, it is the same price as what you would pay when it is your own drink. They are young, very beautiful, and very friendly, but do not mistake them for beer bar girls that you bar fine and take to your room. These are mostly university students who work in these bars for tips, and most of them have Thai boyfriends anyway. Very few of them can speak decent English. Now, to get to the actual story. I used to hang out in one certain street near my condo with about 5 or 6 of these small Thai bars next to each other. Each had their own unique style and look. I became friends with the Thai owners of 2 of these bars, and I will often hang out with them in the bar way after they closed the bar for the night. One night I was having drinks with one owner and his wife. By the way, I do not pay for their drinks, and I heard the music from the other bar that I like. And I decided to go there for a bit. So I left my half bottle of brandy at the small bar, as I usually do, and I headed over to the other bar. As I sat down and ordered my drinks, I noticed a very beautiful lady sitting at a table having a beer by herself. I haven't seen her there before. As I went there basically every weekend, I started to get to know the regulars and the staff. After a few minutes, one of the PR girls approached me with a piece of paper. On the paper was a note saying, "Add me on line ID." The PR girl then told me that the girl sitting alone sends me the note. As I had a few drinks already, I did not feel shy at all, so I got up with my drink. I walked over to her and I sat down. I introduced myself and we started talking. She said she is working as a golf caddy during the day, and during the evening she will sometimes take golfer groups around the city to restaurants, bars, etc. Mostly these will be Korean or Chinese businessmen coming for a few weeks or months to play golf around northern Thailand. We had a good laugh and nothing physical happened between us. She had to leave to go find the customers from some bar and make sure they get home. I did add her to line and we started talking a bit. So, Per lived quite a distance away from where I met her, about 15 kilometres, but her golfing customers lived in the same area as me. Over the next few weeks, she would come to my condo quite late in the evening at around 10 or 11 p.m, and then she will only stay for about 30 minutes, and then leave again as she needs to take care of the golfers. I did find this a bit odd. She also never had time during the day or early evening as she was busy working, or when she had time off, I was working. She started bringing me expensive gifts like H&M shirts for work, cologne, expensive brandy, etc. I could not understand why this girl, who barely knows me, will buy me such expensive gifts. We did not even sleep together. Per's one friend was working as a PR girl at the same bar where I met her, and one night I asked her what the real story was. She did not really give me a straight answer. I then sent a message to Per telling her I am at the bar where I met her, and if she is free, she should join me. A few minutes later, she video called me in her pajamas, saying she is getting ready for bed and she is tired. I immediately recognised the background that she was at the condos where she said her Korean customers are staying. I knew this because a few weeks earlier, I was viewing a bunch of condos in the area as my contract for my current condo was almost ending, and I looked at condos in the same building. I decided to drive down to this condo building to confirm my suspicion, as the condo was only about 200 meters away. When I got there, I noticed her motorbike in the parking lot. Obviously disappointed in what I just discovered, I told the PR girl what just happened and asked her to please tell me the truth. So, Per had an affair with a married Korean businessman of 58 years old. Per is 26 years old. He bought the condo and he spends about 4 months a year in Thailand at the condo. During these times, Per lives with him at the condo and he also gives her about 40,000 baht a month when he is not there. Yes, yet another girl with a sponsor. It is true that Per works as a golf caddy, and this is also where she met the Korean man. And it also explains why she would only visit me for very short periods late in the evening and have money for such expensive gifts. We never actually had sex, but I really like this girl, and the fact that she had a decent job was a big bonus for me. The PR girl, who I've known for some time already, apologised to me for not telling me sooner about the truth, as she was under the impression that the Korean man will return to his country very soon and then me and Per can have more time together. Well, been there, done that. I won't get involved with a girl with a sponsor ever again. I sent Per a few messages to tell her what I think of the whole situation, and I asked her to never come to my condo again or to look for me at the bar, and if she sees me somewhere, she should pretend not to know me. I did see her one more time at the bar, but then I just kept walking to my other regular bar, and a few minutes later, I saw her driving away. This was the end of whatever it was that we had. Okay, let's get on to the third and final girl in Chiang Mai, part 3. The girl I truly loved. This will be the longest one as it stretched over 3 years. Let's call her Rak. One evening, I was bored at home and I looked around an app called Badoo for women in the same area as me. I saw this one lady, let's call her Rak, that caught my eye. She was absolutely stunning. She is 2 years older than me, but that did not bother me at all. I sent her a message, but she did not respond. This was actually a few weeks before I met Per. So about a week later, I finally got a reply from this girl. But then I looked at her profile. I noticed that her location now shows Mae Hong Son, which is about 5 to 6 hours drive from Chiang Mai. I have no intention to chat with women who live too far away to meet. So we just had a bit of a chat, and she was spending time with her family in her hometown. Then the conversation went dead, as I knew I can't easily meet her. Fast forward a few months. About a month after the story with Per, I was on the app again and I noticed Rak is online and only 6 kilometers away. So I immediately sent her a message. Rak was in Chiang Mai for a few days to visit her friends, but she planned to go back to Mae Hong Son the next day. As I really liked her photos, I asked her if she would like to go for a drink. She agreed and sent me her location to pick her up. We went for drinks and we had an amazing time. It felt like 20 minutes when the bar started to close. As we were both having a great time, I invited her for more drinks at my condo. Again, Rak agreed, as she had quite a few beers by this time. She was already drinking at her hotel with a friend when I sent her a message. So we went to my condo and we sat on my balcony having more drinks and we talked until around 5 a.m. Rak then said she really needs to get some sleep as she needs to check out of her hotel at noon. I was obviously also way over the legal driving limit and we were both very tired, so I offered that she can sleep at my condo. We just went to bed and fell asleep. The next morning I took her back to her hotel and we said our goodbyes. As soon as I got back to my condo, I had a few messages from Rak saying she wished that she could stay another night. I was very happy to hear this and offered to pay her hotel room for another night. She agreed, so I took a nap for a few hours and then I went back to her hotel to pick her up. We went for a nice dinner, followed by some drinks and live music. It was such a great night. We felt comfortable with each other. I liked Rak so much and asked her if it is possible that she can stay a few more nights, but she can stay at my condo. Rak agreed and we took her luggage from her hotel and she came to my condo. We had a wonderful few days, but I had to work during the day while she spent her time in the condo watching Netflix, cleaning and cooking. I was surprised to come home to a ready cooked meal and the room was spotless. The next day, same thing, even the laundry was done, including the bedding. So we started talking about our future. I told her the whole story about Per and that I am very afraid of being lied to and I don't want to be deceived, as the episode with Per was only about a month before. Now Rak called her mum and said that she will start working in Chiang Mai again and won't be going to Mae Hong Son. So Rak worked at a big clothing store at Central Festival. As I was not ready to rush into a relationship, I helped Rak to find an affordable apartment near her work, which was also not far from my condo. She moved into the room and I would often buy some small things for her that she did not have in her own room, like a hairdryer, cups and plates, etc. Nothing too expensive. She settled in there, but we saw each other a few times a week. We had the same interest and we really got along well. She was a real angel. After a few months, I told her to save her money and move in with me, and I am ready to commit to a relationship again. So Rak moved in with me and we had a great time. After a few months, jealousy started kicking in a bit. As I'd been going to the same bars for a few months already, many people in the bars knew me by that time. But I had nothing to hide, so I would often take Rak with me when I go to hang out at the bars with friends. But many of the PR girls knew me by name, and when we walk into the bar, they will greet me by my name with a big smile. Rak did not like it as much and got a bit jealous. I told her, listen, I have nothing to hide. These PR girls and the owners know me and I always behave, and I have nothing going on with any of these girls. Some nights Rak will work late and I will meet up with her friends at the bars earlier. But when Rak finished her work, she always joined us at the bar, as she also enjoyed the music and she likes her beer as well. A few months later, COVID hit us, and it hit us hard. The clothing store had to close completely and Rak lost her job. I told her it is not a problem. I can take care of the both of us during this time. Then I got a much better contract for work in another part of Chiang Mai, which was a bit too far to drive every day. And since Rak did not have a job at the time, I accepted the new contract and we moved to the other area. This time we moved into a house. It was great to have so much space and have a yard, and we don't have to compete with others for parking spots like it is with most condos. Rak was an amazing girl. She never asked me for money. When we go out to eat, she will always order the cheapest dishes on the menu, and she helped me and my friends on multiple occasions where we needed a translator to get things sorted. From motorbike services or change of ownerships, cell phone contracts, getting Wi-Fi or water delivery at homes, she was always very eager to help. Even if it was a friend of mine who she did not know well yet, she was still happy. She helped my female friends with hair colour, and she took another friend's mum who came to visit her son shopping at the market and negotiating prices, etc. Really just an amazing personality. Rak really took care of the household very well. She refused that I even washed the dishes. She swept the floors every day, doing laundry multiple times a week, cooked food for us. When I hurt my back, she even helped me to shower, pushing me around in a wheelchair, sitting at the hospital, waiting for hours while I got treatment. She never ever complained about helping me or my friends. Since I was in a new workplace, I met a bunch of new people, and I did introduce Rak to all of them. Rak basically became friends with all my friends in Chiang Mai as well. We had 42 mutual Facebook friends at one stage. Again, jealousy started creeping in, and Rak started accusing me more and more often of having affairs with other women at my workplace. Again, it was false accusations, as I have never and will never cheat on a girl that I am in a relationship with. It is not my style. One time, Rak got a bit too drunk and made a scene at a get-together. I was very hurt and embarrassed by it. I said that she must maybe go visit her family for a few days, which she did do. While she was there, we had a bunch of arguments on the Line app. At the time, her English was pretty good, but she would still speak in Thai and let it translate to English text. And as most of you probably know, Google Translate can sometimes make big mistakes, which caused even more misunderstandings. We decided to break up, This was about 14 months after I met her. Then she sent me a message that I had to read about 10 times to make sure I read it correctly. It said, "There is something you should know. I have a daughter who is 12 years old." I could not believe my eyes. I was in utter shock. How do you spend 14 months with someone, including about 8 months of living together, and you never reveal something so big? We talked about kids and having kids a few times, but not once did she tell me that she had a child. Rak told me that she was afraid that I will leave her if I find out she has a child. Again, I was shocked by this, as I told her many times I love kids and I've dated women with kids before. It is not a problem for me. One of my female Farang friends here in Chiang Mai got very close to Rak over the past few months, and she has an 11-year-old son. When she heard that Rak had a daughter that is more or less the same age as her son, she was just as shocked and disappointed that Rak never even told her. Rak said that is why she had arguments with me over the last few months, because she was hiding this big secret, and she did not know how to tell her, and was hoping that I would break up with her for some other reason, so that this won't be the reason that we break up. Thai logic. I told her it is fine, and she is welcome to return to the house after her family visit. So she returned a week or two later, and we continued the relationship. It took me some time to come to terms with this though. It was eating me up a bit inside. If she can lie about something this big, what else can she lie about? Things went back to normal, and her daughter even came to stay with us for a month during her long school holiday. Very sweet girl, and I grew very fond of her. She loves cooking, and she cooked some amazing meals for us during her stay. Then the jealousy started creeping in yet again. I got accused of having other girls again. Since we moved to the new area, we started finding some nice Thai bars in this area as well. Rak would go everywhere with me. Even if me and girls from work go out together, she will come with us. She still did not start working again, and she was always at home. If I come home for lunchtime, she is here. When I return from work, she is here. I had absolutely no time for myself or just hang out with the guys at all. This became a bit frustrating for me. Like any guy know, some time with the boys is also necessary. It does not mean you are going on a hunt for women. A few times I will tell her I am going to have some drinks with the boys. She will let me go, but then she will go buy some beers and drink at home. And after an hour or two, the messages will start flowing in. Sometimes 10 messages in a row, accusing me of going out to find women, etc. To an extent where she demands that I come pick her up, or worse, she will get on her own motorcycle and come join us. There will be 4 to 5 guys having drinks, and she did have her own friends, and we did hang out together a few times, but she never wanted to go see them without me. She was afraid I would think she cheats on me. I told her many times to go spend time with her friends and that I trust her, but she refused, as an ex-Thai boyfriend used to hit and accuse her every time when she goes out with friends. I explained to her that I am not Thai and our culture is not the same. She can really go and hang out with her friends, but she never did unless I went with her. I also had my mistakes, of course. Sometimes I get frustrated that I had zero time for myself or to hang out with the boys without having drama. I could not even go to 7-Eleven by myself. When I start the motorbike to go, Rak will jump on the back to go with. To an extent, I understand this as well, because remember, she just stayed home all the time. No work, no hanging out with her friends. So when I get home or go somewhere, she's so eager to get out of the house as well. Sometimes I will say things like, "Can I just please get 10 minutes to myself?" And she will not take that lightly. It was a big insult to her, and then she would give me silent treatment for a day or two. When things started opening up again after COVID, I tried to encourage her to find a job again. Not really about the money, but to give her something to do and to keep her busy. Because for months her days went by with her looking at video clips on Facebook, day in, day out, and as soon as I want to go somewhere, she wants to go with. It got me quite frustrated, and this is where I made mistakes. If we had a get-together at my house or a friend's house, we will usually go big, and she will get drunk and fall asleep. Then when she did, I saw a gap to get out alone a bit, or with one or two of the guys, not to hunt for women, but to just have some drinks as the boys are alone to get some time by myself. Then she will wake up 2 or 3 hours later and I won't be at home or in bed. Then all hell breaks loose. She will accuse me of other women, and when she makes up a story in her mind, she 1,000,000% believes it is the truth. The relationship started getting a bit toxic. From my side, frustration kept building because she just sit at home and watch videos, even though the country is open and many job opportunities arise. And from her side, more and more suspicion that I am with other girls. I have never even hugged another girl while I was in a relationship with Rak, never mind jumping into bed with another girl. Eventually, one night went to a friend's house for a birthday, and there were many people, some that Rak and I didn't even know. She got a bit drunk and started telling lies about me to every group of people, mutual friends and strangers. Things like I have affairs with multiple women and that I don't care about her or her feelings. I did not know this until the next day when I got messages from various friends about it. I was extremely hurt by this, and I gave her 5 days to pack her bags and to move out of the house. She never apologized, and she says she was not drunk and she never said those things. She said everyone is making it up. I went to the islands with some friends while she had time to pack her things and get out of the house. Another friend came to the house on due date to make sure she takes all her things and to help her if needed. She did get her life back together a bit. She has a good job again, taking care of herself and living alone. I am very happy for her and proud that she is slowly making something of her life again. This was a very difficult time for me, and of course for her too. We had no communication for 3 months, and then we saw each other again a few times. It is like neither of us could move on. We were on and off together for almost 3 years. It is a long time to be with someone and to just forget them. In the past few months, we've seen each other a few times, but just as friends. Eat together or have some drinks or playing card games together. But nothing romantic happened again. I could see she really wants it, but I was not nearly ready to give it another go. Now, she recently started opening up her heart again, and I know she is hanging out with another Falang these days, and I wish her all the best. Maybe she is the one Thai girl that I should not have let go, as she is such an amazing person. But without trust, no relationship will work. I think the damage is too much to repair. My only tip for you guys, forget bar girls and massage girls unless you come to Thailand and you want some fun on your holiday. By all means, go for it and enjoy it, but know that that is all it is. Bar girls these days have no empathy and no real feelings. Everything is so bloody fake. But I am sure that many of you live here. Even when I travel for a week or two to another city or island, I try to find the local places where the locals hang out. In almost 6 years living in Thailand, I did not pay a single bar fine or paid a freelancer to come to my room. Forget the red light districts, forget Pattaya and Nana Plaza and Soy Cowboy. If you want anything real with a Thai lady, avoid these areas. There are good Thai girls out there that would give you real love and not the fake love that you get in touristy bars. Just don't rush into a relationship with a Thai girl. They tend to get very attached very quickly, and it can bite you in the ass. Get to know them before making any drastic decisions. Right guys, so that's the end of that story, and I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of people that can relate to his experiences, and I surely can. The Thai women do get attached to you very quickly, very, very quickly, and that's why you do have to take things slowly. Jealousy is always a massive problem over here as well, especially with you being a foreigner. They know you're going to get attention. They know that other women are going to be interested in you, and especially if you're like 35 to 40 years old, you know, you're a bit younger, and you're going out, you are going to get a lot of attention. And if he's got a good job and he's got plenty of money in his pocket, is a prize here in Thailand. And I've lived in Chiang Mai myself, so I know what it's like there. There's a lot of women that hunt foreigners all the time. She probably had issues as well in the past with guys cheating on her and stuff. And unfortunately, the past always haunts us when we get with them, and it's really horrible. It's like, that's your past. It shouldn't be your past, your ex, what other guys did to you. I shouldn't be paying the price for that. But that tends to be what happens. You end up paying for the price for other people's bloody mistakes. So I think you did do the right thing personally. She obviously wasn't ready. She obviously had issues. She even lied to you about the daughter, because normally Thai guys don't find them that appealing when they've got kids. So maybe that something happened in her past about that as well. So she kept it quiet from you. But it was really bad about her making friends with a girl who had an 11-year-old son. And then she couldn't even say that she's got a kid as well. Like, awkward, super awkward. But anyway, really appreciate you sharing your story and your experience. And guys, if you want to share your own story and your own experience, then please get an email sent in to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com. My son went back home to his mum's the other day, so it's all super quiet for me now, which is really, really strange. But need to get my head down now. It's Monday today, and I need to get grafting for the rest of the month. So take it easy, be safe out there, guys. Stop dating bar girls, freelancers, and massage girls. Save yourself a massive headache and save yourself lots of bloody money. Ciao for now, guys. Bye-bye.